Oh, come here. Come here. Are you scared? Are you scared of climate change? Well, then let's do something about it.
Should we reconsider having children due to fears about the climate crisis? No, but we should reconsider the punishment for the 10% of the richest people that emit 50% of the global climate emissions. That's the thing with this is no amount of kids that I push out is going to change the fact that billionaires are responsible for 50% of carbon emissions. Okay? That's the stuff that heats the planet. That's the stuff that contributes to the climate crisis. In fact, it would take one person 1,500 years to produce the same amount of carbon that a billionaire does. So billionaires can emit a million times more greenhouse gases than the average person, but y'all are concerned about how many kids we have? That just never sat right with me. The same thing with the paper straws. I'm drinking out of a soggy paper straw that is nasty while we are letting billionaires get away with contributing to a global climate crisis. And that's what happens when you individualize these things. You think that not having children and not experiencing the joy of having a family is going to help. And then y'all say, oh, well, we're overpopulated. That is an eco fascist myth. Okay, let's start really examining who is really contributing to the climate crisis and stop individualizing it.
Now, here's the thing, we could sit around and complain all day, or we can sit and come up with solutions. So, here is my number one solution to climate change that everyone can start today. So, number one is to cut down on food waste. Now, this can mean anything from composting to meal prepping or even repurposing leftovers. Food waste is a huge contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. Now, this channel does focus on community, sustainability, and health. So, with that being said, consider sharing or giving any extra leftover food to your neighbors or family. This is a great way for you to meet them and build relationships with your community because let's all be honest, we live in America and you probably don't even know your neighbors. So, you giving them extra food that you have instead of throwing it away could be the difference between a child going to school hungry and a child having food at home just because you considered cutting down your food waste. Now, I'm not the type of creator to tell you to do things that I don't do myself. So, as a 24-year-old with my first apartment on my own, the very first thing that I did was I made my neighbors some juice. I gave it to them, and in exchange, we have a relationship now. They've given me things such as candies and goods. I speak to their children every time that I see them. I make sure to say hey to them. I make sure to be super nice to them because the world is a cruel place and children need to know that there are nice people out there. So, if you want to combat climate change and you don't want to wait on the government, you don't want to wait on these big corporations, so it's time to take matters into our own hands. Now, I want to give a special shout out to the app Too Good to Go. This app is used to repurpose food for restaurants and food companies that they offer you like a goodie bag of random food that the restaurant was going to discard and they give it to you for a discount price. It's anything from like $2 to like less than $10. When I used it, I got my food for like $6. So come with me, use the app. I'm going to take you guys through the process. I want you guys to use the app as well. If you're looking to save some money on food, you want to repurpose food, you want to combat climate change using food waste, this is the perfect app for you. So let's go. So the app is called Too Good to Go, and this is what it looks like from my area, which is Atlanta, Georgia. They had a few restaurants, not that many. So this is why it's important to use the app because we need more restaurants to get on the app so that we're reducing less waste. So this is my first time ordering. It gave me a little rundown, and look at my final price, guys. Literally $7, and it gave me this little cute message at the end, and I loved it. This is me going to pick up the food. It gave me a window to pick it up, so I could go anytime between that time window. And I just literally walked up to the counter. I'm like, yeah, I ordered a Too Good to Go, and they were like, "Oh, okay. Just give us a second. They were really nice, really good customer service. I had never been to this restaurant before, so I loved that they were participating on the app. I definitely would go back just because they are participating on the app and also because the customer service was exceptional. So I told them I already paid online. She'd asked to see like the code, and I showed her the code, and she was just like, okay, give me a second, and then the food will be right out. I'm like, okay, cool. Very easy, simple. I had already paid, so didn't take long at all. So I was just waiting on my food, da la la la. And this is me getting my food. I'm in the car. I'm like, hold on, let me see what I got. Because again, this is random, so I have no idea what to expect. I'm like, okay, I got me a little. So it turns out I had jerk chicken tenders and rice and peas and corn. I give it a 6 out of 10. The chicken was really good.
I want the real life.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And join us next time for more sustainability tips, community building, and climate change solutions. Until next time, bye.